Last Tuesday is somewhere around here. So we got a Tuesday breakout. So breakout test, kind of a pullback for 2 days, despite slight increase of the supply, but it's not threatening at all. And most importantly, this is a higher low. So it's just a test of the previous reaction, and it's from a higher low. So definitely is bullish. And this is a reversal day. And then there's on Friday, there is a restoration to the upside when it's actually breaking out of the pivots. So S&P 500 has been testing this pivot 4200 for many times. So this is attempt to test. There is a one touch, and then this is just a test, but that's actually a touching reaction. That's also attempt to break out reaction. So you can see that the reaction is getting better. So compared to the previous reaction, so like this to this. So the magnitude of the pullback is smaller, and then followed by a breakout. So that's encouraging. And immediately is touching 4,300. So that is actually the first target right here. So we still got a bit of the room. Probably could just go up a little bit and then form consolidation. So everything looks very bullish at the moment. And in terms of the volume, that's just kind of normal when we have this pullback, slight increase, the volume and update. There's just a kind of a normal volume. So don't really have much to comment. But in terms of the structure, if we take a longer term view, it's just change the volatility from this sort of the volatility into this, and this. So if you compare the volatility, I will say that this is A, very volatile, super volatile in terms of the candle spread, frustration to the downside, a huge candle. And also this is B, less volatile. So in terms of the spread and also in terms of the magnitude, so it's getting smaller, and we don't really see those big candles, or the candle is getting smaller as well. And we don't really see the acceleration to the downside like this. So that's B. But in terms of this consolidation, is C. Look at this. Very shallow type of the pullback. And in terms of the volume, we got ton of the volume, ton of the supply, lesser, but here is also kind of slightly less than here. So very obvious, this is a lot less volatile. So this is just kind of a settlement of the supply. It means that we don't really have much supply when the price is hovering around here. So that's why we see that there are movement to the upside, ease of movement to the upside without a ton of the volume to push a price up, because the supply is not that high. So that's why we could really just use a normal type of the volume and then to have this sort of the rally up, down, so zigzag format. And in terms of this whole structure, I view this as an accumulation structure. So far, it just break out of the 4,200, going to test the high right here. 4,300 is sort of testing. So I will expect some kind of the, profit taking or pullback once we kind of uptrust, something like this. And if we do have this sort of the shallow pullback similar to here, that will be very, very bullish. And next one will be 4,600. So there will be other significant targets, and then going to all-time high. So right now, unless we see that suddenly there's a spike of the volume, big spread, bearish bar, something like this, unless we see that, then I think the direction is up. And even we see that, we still have a lot of the support level that the bears need to break through. So first is definitely this. Actually, first is here. Okay, 4,200. Second is the green box, 4,100. And third is actually 39 or even close to 40. So we have an uptrend line here. This is higher low, another higher low here. So many levels are providing the support. So far, just a plain bullish picture. Nothing much to comment. But like I say, Friday is here. We got Russell up about 3.6%. And it's actually breakout of the previous swing high level. And it has been a while since we have this sort of the bullish movement in all the four major indices. So especially Russell. So Russell has been stuck in this range for maybe 1 year. Yeah, it's definitely 1 year already. So this is a range for Russell. So we have a small range here. So the first thing that you need to do for the bull is just to break out of the localized range and then going to the upper range, about 1900 to about 2000. So something like this would be very helpful and holding up the gain before you just move out. All right. So if you look at Nasdaq on Friday, so let's hover it here. So on Friday, Nasdaq up about 0.7%, while Dow Jones up about 2.1%, S&P up about 1.5%. So this is really a very bullish sign across all the major indices, and also huge improvement in terms of the market breadth. So I also noticed that in terms of the market breadth, usually that it doesn't really paint a bullish picture. If we have this sort of the divergence, means that when the index actually going up, but the market breadth is still deteriorating, going down, and don't really have a lot of the stock to participate. So that's why during that time, we need to be very picky and very selective in terms of the stock buying. We only want to long or buy the stronger stocks, the most outperforming stocks, means the mega cap, big tech, growth stocks. So those are the stocks that actually have a rally, can move. So if you buy the rest, then definitely I don't really think you will have a good return. But right now, there is a huge improvement in terms of the market breadth, and there is a possible rotation to the small cap as well. So in terms of the rotation, small cap definitely worth to pay attention to, and not to mention about S&P 500. So there are still quite a lot of the stocks in the S&P 500. So there's a breakout. So in terms of this, the breakout, so I wonder if we can use some kind of the analog here. So if we think, if we look at this, so here is a consolidation. This is Nasdaq, similar to this consolidation. And after the breakout, there is a first move up to the upside, thing acceleration. So this is kind of acceleration to the upside, pull back, and then second leg up. So I wonder we'll have the same right in this S&P 500. So this is something that I would love to see if we have that kind of the movement to the upside. Means there will be a lot more stocks inside the S&P 500 that will move this index. So first, this is bullish enough. So if we can have that kind of the movement, pull back, another movement up, and then consolidation, that will be very, very bullish. So this is something that we could anticipate just based on the Nasdaq 100 movement 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. So it actually happened here about 10th of May. So you can see that the breakout in Nasdaq actually happened 10th of May, while S&P is still consolidating at that time. So it's actually leading by quite a few weeks. So consolidating, up, pullback, finally it's breaking out. So that's S&P 500. So far, in terms of the index, even the Nasdaq is not that weak. So it's still very resilient. So I haven't seen a very meaningful pullback yet. So you can see this is a stretch to upside, kind of a buying climax. This pullback, not even touching one half of this bullish momentum bar. So I talked about this last Tuesday. I mentioned that, well, this is kind of a buying climax. We can expect a pullback. And the best that we can expect is kind of touching one half, hovering, or even just going up. But right now, you can see it's not even one half, it's about 20% of this bar or 25%. And then after that, it's just going up and create a higher high here. So if the pullback or the consolidation is of a high, low, upslooping type of the consolidation, there will be even more bullish. But either way, this is not the right time to chase at this high. So let's see whether it will just have this sort of the consolidation or whether it will form another type of the pullback consolidation. So that's the Nasdaq. Right now, I'm more interested in the S&P 500 since it's just breaking out. And also Russell 2000 looks really good. Despite yesterday, there's some profit taking. But like I say, if we look at this bullish momentum bar to the upside, is testing one half of this bar. So that's just normal, just a normal pullback, normal test that's healthy. If we can hold up again and then charge up, that will give us a confirmation. But right now, there are also quite a number of the stocks already showing breakout, or even the reversal of the support level, which we'll just dive in that shortly. If you want to catch my latest videos, click on the subscribe button and the bell right now so that you get instant notification once I upload my latest video. If you want to check out my online courses, go to tradeprecise.com to find out how to profit consistently from any market without using complex indicator or understanding any financial statement, no matter you are trading or investing.